यूनिफॉर्म पहनना सिर्फ एक ड्यूटी नहीं होती, ये एक जिम्मेदारी होती है।
And you start visualizing yourself in that situation and a sense of fear.
There are people who have traveled with us in recent past and they have shared that their anxiousness level has been high.
The tragic crash of Air India flight AI171 hasn't left me yet. Namaste and welcome. The tragic crash of Air India flight AI171, now almost a month back, hasn't left me yet. It wasn't just a heartbreaking event for me, it has left behind deeper questions about time, karma, purpose, about soul contracts. I shared 2 heartfelt videos earlier as my emotions, my prayers, my spiritual reflections. But somehow, something still felt unfinished. As once being a part of the aviation sector, being a cabin crew myself who knew the hush before every takeoff, and now a seeker of cosmic truth. A soul who still finds meaning in every journey. I felt a pull to host this one final conversation. Not alone, but with like-hearted spirits who live between sky and soul. So let's today listen to these voices from those who are living this life, from within the cockpit, from the cabin, and the ones planning, organizing trips for enthusiastic travelers like me. They talk not just as professionals, but as silent guardians of every journey. Let's hear with heart and soul to Capt.Rajiv Gulati, who's a senior commander with almost 30 years of flying experience with the renowned private airlines of our country, Ms.Vandita Sharma, a senior cabin crew with an international airlines with 27 years of flying experience, and Ms.Shilpi Singh, co-founder at the Unhotel company, a company which tailors travels and emphasizes on experiences more than just itineraries. So here they go with my questions.
Well, professionally, something drastic must have happened for the aircraft to go down like that, and somewhere sabotage theory was also kicking in. As a human, that life is too fragile, and as a soul and seeker, a deep sense of humbleness. Your heart goes out to the families and dependents of those colleagues, and you start visualizing yourself in that situation and a sense of fear for your folks.
When I first heard about the crash, in fact, read about the crash, I first thought it was some fake news. There's so many fake news that keep coming up with sensational headline. I didn't feel it was real. And when I got to know that, no, it's for real, you feel miserable as to, you think, why did it happen? And when we say that, destiny is fixed, or things, whatever will happen, will happen, I sometimes wonder how those people come together at one place to face something like this, and were destinies of all these people connected to each other. This has been a question in my mind whenever I hear about any such incident of crash, of a blast, or if a bus overturns and so many people die together. What is it that has brought so many people together? If we say that there is destiny, if we say that there is karma, and if we say that there is life after life, and after, is it connected?
जब मैंने AI171 क्रैश की खबर सुनी, एक अजीब सी घूंट थी, जैसे किसी अपने को खो दिया हो, बिना मिले बिना जाने। हर एक क्रू मेंबर, चाहे उसे कभी पर्सनली ना मिली हूं, लेकिन एक कनेक्शन होता है ना, एक यूनिफॉर्म का रिश्ता, एक ड्यूटी का फर्ज। वो खबर सिर्फ एक क्रैश की नहीं थी, वो हम सबकी कहानी थी, जैसे कि वो अधूरी रह गई हो।
Sometimes I know of family members or friends aborting a trip that they were supposed to take because they just said that something doesn't feel good, and they have aborted the trip. I have never experienced something like that, and I have my travel company, and there are people traveling with us all the time in group or solo or with their families, and nobody's ever cancelled because they felt something was not right.
Oh, on numerous occasions. Your thought process has to stay ahead of the machine. And these hunches, although being conservative, most times keep you and your machine safe.
I have read so many posts on Facebook. I'm part of many groups, many women group also, and many people have been saying that they're scared, there is anxiousness, there are some anxious travelers any which ways, and their anxiousness level is high after listening to after knowing about this crash, and they are scared, and I see a difference. There have been unfortunate crashes in past, there have been unfortunate mass incidents in past, but this time I see that the anxiousness level is more. And I don't know if it is because of what's happening around us in the world, the geopolitical situation in our own country, where there's so much sometimes fear about each other, mistrust about each other. That's one. And second, there's a lot being communicated on social media, which perhaps multiplies the impact of this violence that's happening in our in our minds, in our brain, uh, in our system. Something is off, and the anxiousness level is absolutely high in people.
यूनिफॉर्म पहनना सिर्फ एक ड्यूटी नहीं होती, ये एक जिम्मेदारी होती है, पैसेंजर्स की, उनके फैमिलीज की, और कभी कभी उनके सपनों की भी। जब ऐसे हादसे होते हैं ना, तो डर होता है, लेकिन उस डर को पीछे छोड़ के ड्यूटी पे वापस जाना, वो एक साइलेंट प्रॉमिस होता है कि हम कभी पीछे नहीं हटेंगे। हर फ्लाइट के साथ हम अपनी हिम्मत को दोबारा इकट्ठा करते हैं, अपनी फियर को रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं, लेकिन अपनी कमिटमेंट को प्रायोरिटी देते हैं।
Well, that's a brilliant question. On introspection, I find myself praying to Almighty before every flight for the safe conduct. While the boarding process is going on, you do see happy families, small kids, grandparents. You know you have been entrusted with huge responsibility. You're always calming yourself and backing yourself in tough situations.
To all those people whose souls have traveled to another world, to a higher level of existence, perhaps, is how I see. I just want to say that people love you out here, and I'm sure they're missing you, and I'm sure that you will take care of your loved ones, and perhaps you will take care of this world as well, making it better, more peaceful, and loving, and humane.
आप सब जाने पहचाने नहीं थे, लेकिन दिल के बहुत करीब हो। वो सिर्फ क्रू नहीं थे, वो किसी की बेटी थी, बेटा था, दोस्त था, या किसी का रोल मॉडल था। सोल के लेवल पर उनका करेज, उनकी सर्विस और उनका वो लास्ट मोमेंट तक अपना फर्ज निभाना, वो कभी भुलाया नहीं जा सकता। उन्होंने यूनिफॉर्म सिर्फ पहनी नहीं, उसका सच्चा मतलब जी कर दिखाया है। और वही एक फ्लाइट अटेंडेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। जहां भी आप हैं, उम्मीद है कि रोशनी में हैं, और ये वादा है कि आप भुलाए नहीं जाएंगे। आप सबके लिए एक साइलेंट प्रेयर और एक थैंक यू, जो शब्दों से बहुत ज्यादा गहरा है। थैंक यू।
With death, everyone has to deal. But you lived your life. In the end, you should feel. May their souls rest in peace and come back in this world in happy space, happy times. Okay, let me say a small verse. Life is unarguably, undeniably very fragile. Death is a fact with which you cannot guile. Even if you have to go that extra mile, deal all with a gentle smile.
ये एपिसोड एक प्रार्थना थी उन आत्माओं के लिए जो एयर इंडिया AI171 में सफ़र पर निकली थी, और उनके लिए भी जो पीछे रह गए यादों और सन्नाटे का बोझ लेकर। Let this be our collective moment of silence, not just to grieve, but to honor. To remember that every flight carries more than bodies. It carries dreams, destinies, and divine timing. Sometimes we won't get answers from data, logic, or reports. Sometimes they arrive quietly, एक इंट्यूशन में, एक सपने में, एक सन्नाटे में। मैं दिल से शुक्रिया कहना चाहूँगी आप सभी लोगों का जो इस एपिसोड में अपनी आवाज़, अपना अनुभव, अपने इमोशंस के साथ शामिल हुए। Thank you so much, Captain Rajiv Gulati, Ms.Vandita Sharma, and Ms.Shilpi Singh for taking out time and sharing your emotions and your thoughts. शुक्रिया आप सभी सुनने वालों का जिन्होंने इसे टाइम देकर सुना। एंड अगर आपके दिल को लगे कि ये मैसेज किसी और तक भी पहुंचना चाहिए तो ज़रूर शेयर कीजिएगा, बिकॉज हीलिंग इज़ अ जर्नी एंड समटाइम्स वी ट्रैवल इट टुगेदर। हैप्पी लैंडिंग्स ऑलवेज।